Happy Friday and welcome to this week's installment of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young, and for the first time in history, the Denver Nuggets are NBA champions. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray proved to be a duo that no opponent could contain this postseason. They're the first pair of teammates in NBA history to average 25 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists in a single postseason. Coming again as a surprise to no one, Jokic was named the NBA Finals MVP and topped the series off with a 28-point game. With their backs against the wall, the Miami Heat led the Nuggets for a majority of the game, but the final 2 minutes were mayhem, with the lead switching back and forth and back and forth. Finally, after a missed three-pointer by Jimmy Butler, a steal from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and one last missed effort by Butler, the Nuggets hoisted the Larry O'Brien Trophy for the first time in the team's 47-year history. While it absolutely is time to celebrate, most of the players and coaches and executives already made it clear they're shifting focus to next year's championship. As players in the locker room were spraying champagne, team president Josh Kroenke mentioned, quote, "We came about this very organically and we grew this thing from scratch. So I always said when we are here, we want to be here to stay for a little while and be in the conversation. But I think this team is going to be in the championship conversation for quite some time," end quote. There were a lot of weird parallels and coincidences between the NBA and NHL playoffs this season. Just like the Nuggets, the Las Vegas Golden Knights have now won their first ever Stanley Cup. In Game 5 on Tuesday, Captain Mark Stone scored a hat trick, and Nicholas Hagee, Alec Martinez, Riley Smith, Michael Amadio, Ivan Barbashev, and Nicholas Roy all added goals as the Knights defeated the Florida Panthers by a whopping 9-3. The Knights were founded back in 2017, and they're the second youngest team in the league behind the Seattle Kraken. They're just the second team in NHL history to win the Stanley Cup within the team's first 6 seasons. Knights forward Jonathan Marchessault won the 2023 Conn Smythe Trophy, presented annually to the postseason's most valuable player. Marchessault scored 13 goals and 25 points while recording a point in every game of the final, posting 4 goals and 8 points in 5 games against the Florida Panthers. He is also just the 10th undrafted player in NHL history to win the Conn Smythe and the first since Wayne Gretzky in 1988. I'm starting to realize that the beginning of the summer marks a time for championships. Last week, the Oklahoma Sooners women's softball team became national champions. Not only that, they're one of the most dominant programs in sports history. They just clinched a 3rd consecutive national championship after winning 53 games in a row, and just finished up the past 3 seasons with a record of 176-8. When Oklahoma finished off the series with a 3-1 win and a series sweep over Florida State, the Sooners led the nation in scoring with 501 runs, which is 82 more than anyone else. They led the nation in pitching, defense, and batting average, which was 30 points higher than second place. Jordy Ball scored 2 runs in the Women's College World Series, while also pitching 24.2 innings and giving up 0 runs. This means she outscored her opponents by herself. At the time of the final game, it had been 109 days since Oklahoma had been beaten, 732 days since they lost a championship series game, and 1,467 days since any team not named the Oklahoma Sooners had been named national champions. I'd also like to mention that I did predict the Sooners would be in the finals, but in all fairness, it was very clearly the easy pick. For the Men's College Baseball World Series, the final stage is set, and the first game starts today with Oral Roberts versus TCU at 11 a.m., and then Virginia against Florida at 4 p.m., and both games are on ESPN. Then, tomorrow is Stanford against Wake Forest, and Tennessee taking on my pick to win the tournament, LSU. The tournament is double elimination from here on out, so tune in to every game to see which teams will be moving on. We are officially entering the transitional period in the sports world between the end of hockey and basketball, but the middle of baseball, and football season is just starting to show on the horizon. Enjoy your weekend full of sports. Hopefully the sun will come out eventually. I'm Cole Young. I'll see you next time.